Welcome, welcome. It's my dog with the Texas Space Navy bringing you another Star Citizen video. And we are at Intergalactic Aerospace Expo Day 5, Drake Interplanetary. I know Drake is a great many of y'all's favorite manufacturer. It's one of my favorite manufacturers as well. I just love the Drake aesthetic. It's raw, it's bare bones, it's necessity. I like Drake. I really do. Let's jump into the cell and see what Drake has to offer for all of us today. We scroll down, we go past the brochure. We start off with the Buccaneer at $110. This is the worst fighter in the fighter meta right now. I don't recommend getting it if you're basing it off of current stats. But I really think this thing, when they rebalance a lot of the ships and stuff, is going to come into its own. I think it's going to be a fantastic little fighter. I'm going to love having a couple of these. Hopefully, maybe. We'll see when that happens. But right now, it's garbage. So if you buy it based off of right now, don't get it. If you want to buy it based off of what it could be, you might want to pick one or two up, especially if you get a Kraken. You're gonna want to fill the Buccaneer bays and the Kraken. Then we have the Caterpillar at $330. This is one of Drake's, I guess it's probably Drake's biggest freighter. Now, originally the Caterpillar was supposed to be modular. I still think they're working on the modules. So these sections here will each change into a different module somewhere down the road. I think this part's supposed to come off and fly on its own as well. There's a tractor beam over here. So this ship is not what it's supposed to be yet either. But Caterpillar is a fun ship. I really like flying mine. I used to love doing cargo runs in it. Now there's bigger, better ships to do cargo runs in. But I still like my Caterpillar. The Corsair. This is the long-range explorer for Drake. It is kind of like a Connie, only it's Drake's version of it. It has a lot of forward-facing guns for the pilot, so it does pack a massive punch. I do believe it has a turret as well for somebody to man. You can have 3 or 4 people on this ship easily. It's got a decent cargo space. Cool ship. Again, it's a lot like the Constellation series, only cooler because it's Drake. It also is asymmetrical, meaning it has a wing that goes here, a wing that goes here, and then one that goes out there. So 2 wings on one side and 1 on the other. Cool design. Then we get into the Cutlass series, the Cutlass Black. So this is a multi-role, best bang for the buck ship in the game. It can do it all. It can fight, it can carry freight, you can move cargo or people with it as well. It can just do it all. I'm a big fan of the Cutlass Black. There's a reason why this thing is almost always in the semifinals of the competition, to choose your favorite ship of the year or whatever. I don't think it made it all the way to the semis this year, but the Cutty Black is a very popular option. You could go with the Cutlass Blue, which is kind of like a police interdictor. It even has the sirens and the lights and stuff, and it has transport pods in the back, or gel cells if you want to call them that, for all the people you capture. It also has a quantum dampener, I believe, so people can't go to quantum if they're within like 10,000 meters of you. So pretty cool to kind of quantum interdict people and go after them. Cutlass Red, this used to be the main ship for most of us as far as reviving teammates and stuff. Now, that was before bed resurrections and stuff were a thing. Now this thing is a tier 1 bed, so it'll just do cursory wounds. It'll heal different small wounds and stuff before you need to get them to a larger bed that will heal considerably more than that. Something like a Carrack or an 890 Jump has it, or any one of the space stations, or a hospital ship, which we'll get into at another date. But yeah, it's an ambulance, pretty much. Even has the sirens for that and the lights. Then we have the Cutlass Steel, the most dreaded ship in the game, I guess you could say, at $235. I mean, it's nowhere near the pricing of the other Cutlasses. People can't stand this ship because of the pricing. They think it's price gouging and etc. I don't know. I still have one, guys. It's considered a drop ship, and it has something like 20 seats in it. It's got a lot of little guns. Nothing that's going to actually, really tear into some hulls of some ships of equal size. But, I mean, you could definitely put some fire down on some people on the ground, some anti-personnel. I don't know. If it's armored, eventually, I mean, it looks beefy compared to some of the others. If they raise the armor value of it and make it really well armored, I will like this thing, and I think other people will come along and like it as well. But I think most people have probably melted their steel or sold it or didn't get it to begin with because of how ridiculous the price is on it. We're talking ridiculous. I mean, the Cuddy Black is $110. This thing is more than double. Is it bringing double the value? I kind of doubt it. Again, we'll have to wait for balance, to see how this thing will perform down the road. But right now, it's definitely not worth the $235. Then we go into the Cutter. This is one of the newest starter ships, and I love it. The Cutter is a fantastic ship. I would recommend this all day long for people starting out. Plain and simple. Great ship. Cutter Scout, same thing, only $5 more, a little less cargo, more on the reconnaissance side or exploration side, has a better radar, but like I said, less cargo space. Up to you which one you would get. I think the regular Cutter is going to have a little bit more versatility. The Cutter Scout is going to be more, well, I just don't know how many people are going to be using that when there's other better ships available for the scouting thing. Now, I still have a Cutter Scout, but I don't know. I would recommend the regular Cutter over the Cutter Scout. The Drake Dragonfly Black. Okay, so the Dragonfly is a hover bike, and you can use it in space as well, and you can sit 2 people on it, and it has a little bit of cargo space. Just a fun all-around little vehicle. Again, if you have a regular Kraken, there is going to be a Dragonfly bay, so you might want to get a few of these to fill up that bay, or have some of your org mates or friends get a few of these so they can fill up your Dragonfly bay when you're taking the Kraken out and about. But other than that, $40 seems like a lot for a Dragonfly, but this thing is pretty versatile and a lot of fun. The Drake Herald at $85. We still don't have a use for this ship. It's supposed to move data. You're supposed to be able to capture data and move it. It's designed kind of to go between systems quickly and efficiently and unload data, pick up more data, and go back. It's kind of like a mail carrier in a way, or an email carrier, or I don't know how you want to. It transfers data from one system to another. Yeah, we don't have a use for it right now, though. $85. Let's just skip this one. I mean, unless you really want to do that role later in the game, I don't know. I imagine it could have its uses, especially it's the fastest ship in a straight line. You can see this is 2 big engines back here. I mean, come on, guys. It's the Herald. It's definitely not going to help you in combat. You have to run, no matter what. Moving on. The Drake Kraken, and you can imagine it's already sold out. We're 11 minutes into this thing. This is going to be an awesome ship. It's listed as a industrial multi-role light carrier. I don't know what the industrial side of it is, but I mean, you can obviously see the multi-role light carrier bit. You've got ships on the small pads. These are all Buccaneers. You could put other smaller fighters here. They've got a Cutlass over here. As far as I know, like things as big as a Vanguard could fit over here as well. A little bit bigger ships here than the Buccaneer, and they've got 2 side hangars for Buccaneers to be repaired and be launched from and go back into. They're calling it a self-sustaining flying fortress. $1,650 if you have cold hard cash. It'll only cost you $1,400. I apologize for the dogs barking. They're probably playing with one another. And then you have the Kraken Privateer at $2,000 or $1,700 if you got the cash for it. Again, but all these are sold out, so you have to wait another 8 hours to get your chance to get one. The Privateer is like a roving shopping mall. It's going to have like 8 shops in it, a couple of black market shops that you could sell different things on. You know, it's going to be pretty cool. I know our org's going to have a few of these, and we have a few Krakens as well. Just going to be all sorts of use and multi-purpose between the two of them. Awesome ship. You could base your entire org off of a Kraken easily. And then we move on to the Mule, which is a ground transport. As you can see, somebody's driving here, and it's got 1 SCU here. It can store 1 or 2 SCU in the back as well. And then it's got these little cargo boxes on the outside, or component housing. $45 seems, again, like a lot for something like this. I mean, the Dragonfly seems more useful, at least right now. I guess for loading stuff without a tractor beam, the Mule could be useful. Or getting from one place to another a little quicker on the ground, maybe? I don't know. I'll leave that one up to you. Then you have the Vulture, which is a light salvage ship. This is like the entry-level salvage platform. I know a lot of people that have these. I have one as well, but I've not used mine. $175, and it gets you into the world of salvage, and you can make way more than that in game currency using this ship. Definitely going to be worth the $175 value for you. A lot of people love the salvage mechanic, and they can make tons of money doing it. And it looks pretty cool. And then the Vulture is the upgrade that they have for the 10-year insurance. You got the Drake Gear Pack, $350. The Celebration Gear Pack, $25. The Drake Complete Pack at $46.50. Not a bad deal, actually, but I mean, you know, that's a lot of money for anybody. And then if you want to use credit, it's $51.50. So what do you guys think of Drake? Are you a big fan of Drake? I know many of you are. Are you going to pick something up? Are you trying to get your hands on a Kraken? Let me know all that down below in the comments. I do read each and every one of them, and I appreciate everybody that's been tuning in here as of late. You know, I was out of the loop or not doing videos for a while, and got back into doing it for this IAE, and I feel like I've had pretty good numbers viewing the videos. It's not what it once was, but we're getting back up there, and I do appreciate everybody that stops by, views the video, hits the like button, hits that subscribe button. It really helps. Definitely check out the Texas Space Navy shop. You can see that information blinking down below. Also, if you're interested in joining the Texas Space Navy, you can do that. That information's below as well. You got to go to the Robert Space Industries site, apply there, and apply on our Gilded. And if you're new to the game and this looks like a game you want to pick up and you're going to buy your first starter pack, definitely use my referral code. That too is listed down below. It helps you and it helps me. You get 5,000 bonus credits. I get a reward point, and it helps me go towards my goal of getting the Million Mile High Club, or that's at least what I'm hoping to get. Anyways, appreciate it once again. I'm Mud Dog with the Texas Space Navy, and I'll see you out in the verse.